We now welcome UFC lightweight Jim Miller. Jim, thank you for the time today, sir.
No problem.
We will take the first set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Hey Jim, how are you?
Good.
I'm doing well. Jim, you're obviously known as one of those guys who's been in UFC a long time. You've been there through Spike TV, Fox, ESPN, streaming on ESPN Plus. The last 2 years or last year and counting in the business has been just absolutely different than anything else. For yourself, who's been a part of everything, what's it like, having the virtual media day, having the no crowd, just all of that experience? How do you sum it up as a guy who has seen all the other iterations?
Honestly, it sucks. It there definitely there are aspects of it, like as a fighter, it's like, oh, I gotta go do media, and like you're cutting weight, and it's not why we sign up. I'm sure there are some fighters that enjoy that part, but I think a majority of us, it's like, you're here to fight, and you look at it as like it's something that you got to do. But there's also the kind of the social aspects of it, and like we're kind of stuck here. I mean, the COVID tests were late this time around, so we got in on Tuesday, and it's like we couldn't leave our room until like the afternoon yesterday. So it was kind of a pain in the butt, but the yeah, it's just different, and the no fans, it sucks. It really does. I was actually just I just did this little podcast with Yves Edwards and Joe Lozon the other day, and we watched our first fight, and I remember like during that fight, it's like I knew something, I knew it was special while it was going on, and it's like, man, like to be in a fight like that and not be sharing it with the fans there, and not like hear the roar of the crowd between rounds, because for me, I get like tunnel vision when I'm fighting, like, so in that 5 minutes I barely hear my corner. I'm lucky if I do hear my corner. Eh, but that minute break in between, it's like things open up, and I just remember like after the first round of that fight, it was just like deafening. Um and to be in a fight like that and not have the fans, it sucks. I mean, it's like i don't I don't fight, just to be in the public eye. I mean, I fight. I enjoy the competition. I love the opportunity to test my skill set against, anybody and everybody. But there are definitely aspects of fighting in front of the fans that it's just like, man, it's a rush. I mean, it's great finishing somebody, but when you finish somebody and you hear the fans explode, man, it's a certain kind of high that you just don't get when the fans aren't there.
When you talk about how long you've been in the game and how long you've been in the UFC, people bring up the fact that there's maybe less than five guys from your era who are still in the game right now. Do you put any significance on being, maybe Jim Miller's going to be the last man standing? All those other guys are going to call it a day. Jim Miller's going to be the last one to possibly hang it up in the future?
That really doesn't matter to me. Like it's not a like I'm competitive. I'm a I'm a competitive dude, and uh, like to the point where like if I'm eating something with my brother, like we're like you know uh trying to eat faster, right? Like and just making fun of each other, but um like that aspect of it, it's not a competition between those guys to hang on that long. It's an elite group that I'm honored to be a part of. Like the list of names of fighters that have hit 30 fights in the UFC, that have hit 20 fights in the UFC, uh, is elite. I mean, I don't know what the average UFC career is. I would love to see like a plot chart of how it is, and like where everything plots out, right? And see it. But I imagine that the average UFC career is maybe 5 fights. Um, so to be able to be around this long is it is it's a testament to me and to my team and my support structure, and that I've had the tough times and I've made it through because of the people around me. um but yeah, it's I mean, it's cool. It's cool to be associated with those groups of fighters. And I mean, like, you look at a guy like Cerrone, that guy's gonna fight until he's 60.
Mhm.
Which, like, like I said, I put that pin, like, I put that pin on 40 fights. I want to get to 40 fights, and I've spoken it out into the universe, and you know uh, this will be 37. There's three more, and we'll see where things are at that point. Um, and if I can continue on, the way I'm feeling right now, like, I could hit 40 in a little over a year if I get the opportunity to fight when I want to fight. Um, but yeah, like, it's not a competition with those other guys. It's kind of more of a just, I love doing this. I'm going to do it as long as I can. To a degree, right? Like, I don't want to be reckless with it. I don't want to be one of these guys that retires and then comes back. Um, that's not my style either. So I'm all or nothing, and I'm still all into this.
Definitely understand that. Jim, my final question. You guys are fighting on Valentine's Day weekend. I'm asking everybody this. Jim, what's your idea of a romantic Valentine's Day?
Yeah, you have four young kids, and of course, it's like, it's kind of, getting away a little bit. My wife, she's amazing, and I wouldn't be here today without her. Um, from the beginning, she was supportive of me and my career, and yeah, like, just spending time with her, and it's I'm spoiled in that I get to do something, and my job is like, it takes me away from my family for a week, a couple times a year. Um, but a majority of the time I get to spend with my family and my wife, and really, it's I'd say that, yeah, getting away with her a little bit and just kind of relaxing, and yeah, like, just hanging out with her is fun. So, like, whatever we can do would be great. But at the same time, neither one of us are big on, like, the made up holiday of Valentine's Day. So, I tell her, I'm not buying you flowers in February. Like, I'll grow you the biggest garden of flowers you want, but I'm not spending 5 times as much to buy you roses.
Oh, good, man. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
We'll take the next set of questions from Omer Mertzavci from S Sport.
Hello, Jim. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much. What is your biggest goal right now on your career, Jim?
To perform. I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I can compete with the best guys in this division, and uh, that's my goal. It's not necessarily getting to a certain number of fights. It's really just taking them one fight at a time and one performance at a time. Um, and fighting my best every time that I get the opportunity to step inside the octagon.
Thank you. What do you think about lightweight division current situation? Do you think Habib dropped the belt or something? What do you think?
I mean, Habibi, he stepped away, and I totally respect what he's done inside the octagon, and his decision. Um, I do find it's a little annoying when everybody's calling him out when he said he was stepping away. I mean, obviously they want big fights, and big opportunities, but he decided to do what he's going to do, and I fully respect that. I would like to see Poirier and Oliveira fight for the title. there's so much like talk that's going on right now with, Nate throwing his name in and saying 170s and this and that. And it's like, let's just get the belt around somebody's waist, and Dustin needs to fight somebody. And I think Charles has earned his opportunity. He's done an amazing job. It's not easy to stay in this game. And it's not easy to have a resurgence. And, like he came in strong, he had some ups and downs, and now he's on an absolute tear. And, this game is about timing. And, you're riding that wave. And if you can get your opportunity at that big fight when you're riding that wave, that's what you need to do. I look at a guy like Tony, and like my heart breaks for him. Like, like as a fighter, it's like, hey man, everything comes down to that night and those fights. And like I said, timing. And that's a guy that was on a 11 fight win streak against absolute animals. And I mean, was just beating the hell out of top competition, and he never got his opportunity. And now it's like, do you wonder if that opportunity is past him? Is he still capable of being the same fighter that he was during that streak? And, I don't know. We don't know that. I'd love to see him, come back up and get ahead of steam behind him again. But, like I think that, Dustin has earned the opportunity, and Charles has earned the opportunity, and they both need that shot. Because it's like, if you don't give it to them, you don't know what tomorrow holds, and both those guys are on tears, so let them fight for the title.
Thank you. My last question, Jim. I'm asking this question for my channel. I know everyone asking this, but what do you think your opponent's next fight?
I mean, Bobby's he's a guy that's been around for a long time, and I've seen him fight so many times. I prepared to fight him back in 2014, and it excites me. Like I've never picked a fight. I've one time in my career I've gotten a list of fighters. I got a list of like 4 guys to pick from. Every other time it's Joe or Sean would just send me a name and I'd say yes. And I get excited to fight everybody, but those guys that have been around and the guys that I've seen fight a bunch of times, I get a little more excited to fight them. It just adds that extra little dynamic to it, and a little bit of extra excitement to me, because like I've seen somebody fight a few times. I'm a fan of theirs, and I want to mix it up. And like I said, I look at every skill set and every opponent as an opportunity. It's not. I'm not trying to necessarily beat them. I'm trying to do my best against what they bring into the octagon, and Bobby's kind of like that. He's got a different style of striking than pretty much anybody that I fought. So like it's an interesting style to deal with, and I can't wait. I'm fired up for it, and just jonesing to get into the octagon on Saturday.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for your answers. Good luck on weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. Unfortunately, that is all the time we had for you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.